tough. You beat an army. They call you the Street Fighter.
This movie came out like a year after Bruce Lee's death.
Oh, so this was like in the wake of the whole chaos of
She's a one-woman death squad. He's a one-man army. They won't be hard to find. There'll be a trail of bodies leading right to them. Karate's deadliest team in Sister Street Fighter.
But it was a sad loss. That guy was a great philosopher, actor, and everything. Oh, no kidding, really?
Mm-hmm.
I was just gonna tell people I want to try to find that book.
So Tao Jeet Kune Do is mostly Bruce Lee's philosophy on fighting. It's a fighting style that he really incorporated into Kung Fu. He really, a lot of people actually learned from him. Like James Coburn was a student of his, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was a student of his. And Chuck Norris actually fought him. They did a scene with him and Chuck Norris in Return of the Dragon.
I get my Kung Fu Chi here sorted out. Whoa! How about nice face?
Notice how they copy all the same facial features and noises that Bruce Lee did.
It's the same sound effect. To and fro.
I know what to do now. They made it clear. You tell that bitch who sent you here how sorry I am I can no longer be her friend.
Wow, he just gave like the Samuel L. Jackson look there. And in case you missed all that, it's the movie, here it is.
Alright, so in full disclosure, there was one movie that Bruce Lee did work on that he wasn't able to finish. It was called Game of Death.
Now, superstar, Superman, the one, the only, the immortal, Bruce Lee. In the super screen excitement of them all, Game of Death. Never such action, never such incredible feats. Also starring Academy Award winner Gig Young. You can leave this here. Golden Girl Colleen Camp. Academy Award winner Dean Jagger.
Casting aside his life.
4 years in the making. Hugh O'Brien. Lee's last is his best. See him conquer 7'4" colossus Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. See him battle world karate champ Bob Wall to the death. Destroy Danny Inosanto. Mel Novak.
Got up and jumped out the window.
From the same talented trio that gave you Big Boss, Fist of Fury, Return of the Dragon, and Enter the Dragon, star Bruce Lee, producer Raymond Chow, director Robert Klaus. In his time, a legend in his death, he lives again. Bruce Lee, Game of Death.
And that was of him playing himself as an actor, but a family member or something gets kidnapped. He has to basically rob this temple that has these crazy guards and everything. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was actually in that movie. You should check that out. That's a great movie because he's like this really tall guy and he has this great fight scene with him.
Did he finish the movie though?
They used the stunt double for some scenes.
Okay, okay.
Basically, they just cut the movie differently.
I guess everyone in the family's last film ends that way. Okay, quick question. This film, Enter the Dragon, that was made for the American market, right?
Well, it was actually made partially for the Chinese market and also the American market.
Okay, my question is, in this particular scenario here, for example, he's speaking English and the other man is clearly not because they got John Wayne dubbing him over.
Yeah.
He's actually speaking English in the filming of this.
Yes.
And he is not.
Yes.
Okay.
It was really to bring Kung Fu into the American lexicon.
And he did.
Roper, Williams, and Lee, the Deadly Three, penetrate the secret chambers of an evil island empire.
What do you know about Han? He lives like a king on that island, totally self-sufficient.
A fortress without walls, protected by an invincible army that needs no ordinary weapons. This is Enter the Dragon, the first martial arts film produced by a major Hollywood studio. John Saxon is Roper. He was in it for the money. U.S. karate champion Jim Kelly as Williams. He was there because he had no choice. Black Belt Hall of Fame undisputed martial arts champion and international film star Bruce Lee. His job was to get them out alive.
I'm hoping you'll join us, represent us in the United States.
You want me to join this?
Roper, Williams, and Lee. Just when they think they've broken the secret of the island, they find there is no escape from the inscrutable Han. Warner Brothers presents Enter the Dragon, where the world's greatest martial arts athletes meet the ultimate challenge with the most ancient and deadly of weapons, the human body. Enter the Dragon from Warner Brothers.
Well, the thing about it was that the show Kung Fu was on TV also at the time, and that really sparked a real interest in Kung Fu and martial arts films at that time. So when movies like Fist of Fury were coming out, and The Big Boss, and some of the other movies that he was in.
But David Carradine wasn't part of his students of Cruise.
No, he wasn't.
It was just someone that they got for the show.
He was actually a dancer.
There is a common thread between all these kung fu movies. There's always someone in there who brings dishonor to something.
Yeah.
Someone.
Absolutely. Honor was a really big thing. It wasn't the wealth of the family that depended on your name. It was also who was going to pass on the art to the next generation.
He's spouting wisdom here again, some more Bruce Lee stuff.
Another big thing about Bruce Lee is he did a lot of period kung fu movies because people would, ask, well, why don't you do something today? He's like, well, nowadays people just pull out a gun and shoot him. Well, in this movie, he kind of engineered it so that guns weren't allowed on Han's Island, so that they could have the karate tournament and they'd have to use martial arts.
Guy's brilliant, I'm telling you. One of the great martial arts of our time here, Jackie Chan does have his cameo in this. Oh, she don't mind anything to do with you. Oh, is he gonna get some? You don't mess with Bruce Lee's sister. He did his own stunts too. I find it interesting that Bruce Lee will kick the crap out of every human, but he won't mess with a dog, even when the dog's attacking. Come to my conclusion, if we could cross the DNA of Bruce Lee and Dr. Spock, we'd have the ultimate peaceful, unstoppable entity.
I agree.
But you look like Bruce Lee and have weird pointy ears. But he'd be unstoppable. Walk and pinch me. The cavalry has arrived. Amidst all the action. There you have it. Enter the Dragon.
I consider it the Citizen Kane of all martial arts movies.
Huge loss when we lost this man. That's all we have time for literally on this episode. My name's Andy.
And I'm Drew.
Good night.